Ramadan.
The Mohammed VI Foundation for African Oulema will be hosting a Quran recital competition this Ramadan at the Abu Bakr Siddiqui Hall in Erasmus, that's near Pretoria. Finalists will take part in a continental competition to be held in Morocco. And for more on this, I'm joined by Sheikh Zaid Langa. He's the president of the Mohammed VI Foundation of African Oulema in South Africa. Sheikh Zaid, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to you and your viewers. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone.
MashaAllah. I was going to say the same to you, Ramadan Kareem, to you, your family, and your community. Sheikh Zaid, before we go into the Quran recital competition, for those of our listeners that have never heard of the Mohammed VI Foundation for African Oulema, what is it about? Where are they from? And if you can just give us a bit of a background. I know it's from Morocco, and I know it's named after the Moroccan king, but I'm really fascinated to know more.
Sure. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa sahbihi wa barik wa sallim. Mohammed VI Foundation was formed in 2014 by the king of Morocco, Mohammed VI. The main aim of the organization is basically primarily to do Islamic scholarly work. That means linking the various Islamic scholarly work that African Ulemas are doing, and also creating a link between Moroccan Ulema and African Ulema, promote tolerance and peace among various Muslims organizations and institutions, and community in general, both Muslims and non-Muslims. Now, the South African branch of the foundation was formed in 2017. So the organization in many various activities, both locally and continentally. One of them being the Quran Foundation, the conference. Just now we just had the conference on Islamic manuscripts, preserving Islamic manuscripts in Nigeria. There was another one coast as well on coexistence. So there are many activities that the organization is having, even in South African culture.
I think very interesting, Sheikh Zaid, that there's the Moroccan kingdom is, making these very important contacts with ulama on the continent. And I know you did mention what some of the aims are, but I would just like to expand on the one, and that is the issue of dissemination of the knowledge of Deen. How does the Mohammed VI Foundation assist with the dissemination of the knowledge of Deen on the continent?
Yeah, I think one of the first aspects that I mentioned is that you'll find that, especially in Africa, there are many Islamic scholars that have written very good Islamic scholarly work. But due to funding of some sort, some of their work got missing, some is lying there in private collection in the library. So one of the activities of the foundation is to ensure that how do we preserve, publish, and spread this kind of Islamic scholarly work in Africa. And also an interaction between the ulamas in Morocco and the ulamas in Africa in general. The foundation also under the king has got an institute for leadership in Morocco where scholars go there for training 6 months to 8 months and all this. That is one part also that the foundation promotes the knowledge. Also, we have a journal that we produce. I think it comes twice a year. It's in Arabic on various Islamic issues in Africa specifically. So far we've had, I think the first topic is dealt with various individual and personalities that are active. The role of Muslim women in preserving the knowledge, that was the second one. And the third one, it looked at more specifically on the contribution of Muslims in based on the teachings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So these are some of the activities in promoting the knowledge of today, and there are many others also that are coming in the pipeline.
Right now, Sheikh, very, very fascinating, because the history of Islam on the continent is it's quite deep. The history of Islam. We even had our former president Thabo Mbeki wanting to do, to use his own money to preserve and make sure that the books and the kitabs of Timbuktu were going to be preserved. So this is something that that the organization that you are part of is pushing, and I think that's a fantastic work. And I think the more people that know about Islam or on the continent as a result of your work, the better. And I think it's its time has come.
Yes. But just to add further, the Timbuktu, a lot of people only know about Timbuktu. But
right.
Look at it, you find that in the whole of West Africa, it's the normal practice for the ulama to write work. You find that many ulama have got their own private work that they've written on various subjects in Islam, and tafsir, and hadith, aqidah, Arabic, and all those things. So basically, maybe in South Africa, even me, I was shocked before the foundation. I didn't know that the African ulama have written so much on Islamic work. But also, to mention something else again, the foundation does not only engage in scholarly work. We also engage in various projects. Like, for instance, now in the month of Ramadan, almost all the 34 branches in Africa are doing what we call solidarity projects, where we give assistance to various, the needy, to the hospital, those who are in need of business, and all those things. So in South Africa, also, we, in our own small way, we engage in this as well, and helping and giving small to giving assistance to various causes, both Islam and
Sheikh, in terms of your membership here in South Africa, how does a South African alim or South African sheikh or South African scholar become a member of the Mohammed VI Foundation for African Oulema? Is it by invitation, or is there an application process? Or, I'm just really fascinated to know how people become members of this group.
Look, the Mohammed VI Foundation is open to all the ulama that are interested and are willing to take part in the activities, and also based on the principles that we have. Because one of the main principles is that, number one, the foundation is based on Aqidah al-Sharia, for the following and the strict adherence to the four madhabs, depending on whatever country it is. The tasawwuf of Junaid, and the leadership of the team, of course. So anybody and any ulama is welcome to be the member. Can contact us at our office. We've got a website as well, but I think the South African branch, we're still sorting out our website, inshallah, very soon to go online. And they become a member. Currently, I think we have almost 20 to 22 members, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, fascinating. No, that's really fascinating. And I think the more we hear from you, the more we'll know more about the Mohammed VI Foundation for African Oulema. Now let's talk about the the projects that are coming up, and obviously the Quran competition being the one that the main reason why we're talking to you today, Sheikh Zaid. Now, how many candidates are you looking for to select for the finals? The poster says that the finals are going to be held in Morocco. But how many qurra, how many hufaz, how many candidates are you looking for, and what is the format of the competition?
Okay, yeah. First, this is the third, right? Annual Quran competition. That means we've had two already in South Africa.
Okay.
And the competition basically has three categories. The first one, it is the memorization of the Quran, completely according on the riwayah of Hafs, as we recite in South Africa. And then there is another category again, the complete Quran on the riwayah of Warsh, complete Quran. And then we have also the last one, which is 5 ajza or 5 paras, as we popularly know it in South Africa. And it's really open to anybody, males and females, to take part in this competition. But what we are doing currently, I think you are looking at plus minus 10 categories, 10 participants per category. In total, they already had their preliminary rounds. But of course, in other provinces, we didn't have, we just selected various individuals to come take part. And the floor is open. And we seem to have oversubscribed on the first ajza, because that's almost everybody. But we have a space open for Quran and Wash.
Okay. Sheikh, we're talking about the different styles of recitation according to the different imams, right? So South Africans are only familiar with one particular style, and you spoke here about Imam Warsh, rahmatullahi alayh. I know this is something that ulama and qurra understand, but if you could explain it in layman's terms, in how, what is it that we're talking about, and why is it that we are actually going with this Imam Warsh in the competition?
Look, as we understand that maybe in South Africa the predominant style of reading the Quran, as you know, we have 7 methods of reading the Quran, and the most prominent one that we have in South Africa is Haq. Okay, you have some small foreigners, maybe from West Africa, who are reading. Now, to make sure that everybody is catered for, the foundation has made 2 most prominent methods of reciting the Quran in Africa. As you know, in West Africa, it is Warsh completely. In West Africa as well as Warsh. But when you look at the East and Southern Africa, it's half. And then you have your Central Africa that is mixed, but also the East and half. So the inclusion of Warsh is based on ensuring that everybody takes part.
I see.
If for instance, to say it's half only, then you'll eliminate the whole of West Africa. And or big part. Or if you have to say half, if you have to say Warsh, you will eliminate us here in Southern Africa. Except with the few Quran, as we should have studied the ilm of recitation of Quran, we should be able to do that.
No, fantastic. I mean, this is such a great initiative. So, you say this is the 3rd installment of the competition. How have South African participants done in previous installments? I'm just interested to know.
Maybe prior to us having the competition, I used to think that we South Africans we are there on top. Not until we started doing this Quran competition, and we realized how, despite lack of resources, how other African countries really have excelled and they produce very good for us. And unfortunately, so far we haven't been able to crack it. But I believe that as time goes on, we are improving and we are learning to identify various individuals to take part. The other thing that is working against us as well is that the Quran is always held in the month of Ramadan. And the South African fathers are extremely busy. So you find that maybe there are many other competitions, maybe other teaching places. I know in Tanzania they have one, in Amarat as well they have one. So it seems as if all our best can take part in various, or if they are not taking part, maybe they come to perform Tarawih in Europe, in North America, or Australia. So we always reach our previous crop, but inshallah we hope we will be able to get the right countries to go and compete in the Quran. But this year we are really aiming for top 3, if not number 1, inshallah.
Ameen. Now, Sheikh, just to end the interview, you're talking about number 1. What prizes are up for grabs? Of course, this is not the only motivation for reciting Quran, but I mean there are going to be prizes. What's up for grabs?
We always keep the final prize. I mean, on the continent level for surprise. There's a surprise.
Okay. Maybe I should be asking what prizes were given in previous years.
on the local level, I think the winner is going to take part in a continental competition as well. And previously, various prizes have been given. I mean, varying from to the sum amount of about $2,000. So this year we really don't know. It's a surprise. We'll see what's going to happen. Umrah, it could be cash, lump sum. So we'll see.
Subhanallah. Now, all really exciting, Sheikh Zaid. We are absolutely grateful to speaking to you. The first leg of the South African competition. Don't you want to give us some details? I have a poster here, but I'm sure you have better details, and you can tell the viewers how they can participate.
Yes, for those who are interested in participating, especially more in the Warsh sector, they can contact my phone numbers 082 499 2237, or they can contact Sheikh Mukhtar, who's our coordinator, on 84 702 3486. I'll read that again. It's 084 702 3486. This is for Sheikh Bukhar, the person who's doing the coordinating. So anytime they can call us and add their name, they're available on WhatsApp as well. Send a message, then we'll be able to add them, inshallah.
Ameen. Sheikh Zaid Langa, thank you so much for your time. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wishing you everything of the best, and hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Inshallah. Shukran. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you, sir. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Sheikh Zaid Langa, president of Mohammed VI Foundation of African Oulema South African branch, talking to us there about the Quran recitation competition that is going to be held this month in Erasmia, and it's going to be taking place on the 23rd of April. And of course, finalists will then be able to take part in the competition, which will be held in Morocco, and that is in Rabat, Morocco, and that's where the competition is being held under the auspices of the King Mohammed of Morocco Foundation for African Oulema. Really interesting, and I think I'm also quite happy to learn more about this organization, and maybe we'll find out more about them and what work they do. Bringing our time to 29 minutes after 4. In fact, it's just gone 30 minutes after 4. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. Stay tuned.